YouTubers, you're ready? Welcome back to my channel. Today we watched episode 7 and 8 of The Only One. I do not remember what happened in episode 6. So, I don't have anything to say. So we're just gonna go ahead and start. So without further ado, let's go. Oh, I know where they are. I bought ice cream there, like the really long ones. It was not that good. It's just vanilla ice cream.
所以，我们一起住下吧。我跟你一起，一个能让你有归属感、安全感、真正属于你自己的地方，会是你想的吗？所以我跟你一起。
少爷，听说你们两个要住宿，是怎么了？难道是孙阿姨做的不够好吗？
没有了，孙阿姨，你别多想了。我们先走了。
你们两个没事，好端端的，干嘛搬去学校住啊？
The whole world knows they're moving. 你可以Jiang Tian吧？
喂，
小旺，我想停出租了。
搬家？
这发生什么事了吗？
你们去住宿的事情，全世界都知道啊。
那谁跟你们讲的
为什么要住校？
？Oh my god. Okay, that was my reaction to episodes 7 and 8 of The Only One, and ooh, these 2 episodes were intense. I guess I hate every time it looks bad, but I just always look weird when it's too dark in the background. Okay. Episode 7, I think, really was touching because, like, kind of we hear Jiang Tian's story of why, like, you know, his luggage is always packed and everything, just like his childhood, kind of his side of the story. We heard a lot of Sheng Wang's kind of past story too, and why he feels alone and why he doesn't have that home feeling. But this time it's Jiang Tian's, and you can't really evaluate and you can't really say who had a worse childhood, but they were both lonely. You can say, like, they, in many ways, even though their experiences were vastly different, not vastly, but it's pretty different, but at the same time, like, they kind of like understand each other. The point is, like, I think Sheng Wang, one thing is, like, he feels bad for him, and 2, he cares for him, and 3, he understands him. I think all of this adding together is the reason why Sheng Wang asked him to stay at the dorms together. And I think, like, it's beautiful, I guess, to say, like, they're finally home, because, like, when you hear school dormitory, you hear dorm, you always say, oh, this is the place I'm gonna stay at for a while. It's not really home. Like, no one's gonna call a dorm home. But to them, these 2 kids who kind of grew up by themselves, it is many ways their first real home, because it's something that they've created themselves with the people they love. Like, not saying they don't love their parents, they don't love their mom, they don't love their dad. It's more like it is a new beginning for them. Like they said, I think Jiang Tian said, like it's something that they can call themselves their own, because I think for Sheng Wang, even though he, you know, I know he understands his dad, and I know he understands everything his dad does, at the end of the day, it's like his perfect family is no longer there anymore, and he found something that somebody that he wants to love and take care of, and he's able to do that by, you know, staying at the dorms. And then for Jiang Tian, he's been hopping around all his life. He loves his mom. We can tell that he really loves his mom, but at the same time, it's like his mom. It isn't a new home. It's like he doesn't know if like the future. He doesn't know a future. But when you're at the dorm, they kind of both know a future. Like, yes, this is somewhere that they can feel safe and maintain, kind of like this home feeling, somewhere that I can go back to, where I can stay and feel comfortable. This is my zone. Like, they know the timeline of. So I think that's like the beauty of this episode. And okay, I'm gonna say the dad is gonna come back and it's gonna bite us and it's gonna hurt us. I think we have 4 episodes left, and definitely something's going on with the dad, because the dad seems like he's aggressive, and he's like, I gotta see Jiang Tian and everything, and like, oof, I don't like that. And okay, I do this. Okay, and for episode 8, I think is really, touching, because they kind of both open up to their parents and like express like they care about their parents. It's not like they don't. And I think let's talk about Sheng Wang first. Sheng Wang, like, he kind of like finally opens up once again. Like, he always looks like he's fine, like he doesn't have anything, but like he kind of like held up a lot of things. Like, he kind of finally just released all of that, and I think it was like so beautiful to see that he's finally telling the truth to his dad and finally kind of like speaking his mind. I think I love it in the sense of like we're not like, he wasn't like blaming his dad on everything. Like, they didn't write it in the sense that his dad is a villain, because you know what Sheng Wang said was all very true. Like, he felt, this is what he's feeling, like we're hearing his feelings, is that he felt like his dad found somebody that is a replacement of his mom, that is gonna do everything his mom does and everything. And then even with like a lady who comes and cooks food for him, everything, those are stuff that like he thought that was just like to replace her mom so he doesn't feel lonely. I think one thing he what hurts him is that his dad thought he can replace his mom, and that's something that he can't do, because that's his mom. I don't think anybody can replace that. So I think that's where he's hurt from. I think he sees the effort that his dad puts in, and he sees the effort, but like at the end of the day, he just wants his dad to hear him out. It's like, I don't want a replacement. What's gone is gone, and he says accepted that, and he doesn't like how his dad is like not listening to him. And even this situation too, he doesn't like how his dad, like, it's a really simple thing. It's not something deep. It's something like, I just want to be able to stay at school. I want to this and this, and like I think like obviously they're not gonna say, oh, I'm doing this for Jiang Tian, I'm doing this for Sheng Wang or anything. It's more like they're doing this for themselves. Like, it's a fresh start for Sheng Wang as well too, because he's trapped in a home with so much memory of his mom, and somebody else is coming in here as well too. I think at the same time it's rightfully so that he is slightly jealous, slightly kind of angry that somebody else is living in somewhere in many ways, like taking over what was him and his mom's memories. Like, I think it's valid. So I'm not saying, like, once again, I'm not saying that he hates her, but it's more like those are some memories that are very valuable to him, and it hurts to see. And it's valid to have both emotions, to care about Jiang Tian's mom and respect her, but also feel kind of sad that things aren't the same anymore. It's part of grief, I guess. So I just really love that he's able to voice those. And therefore, I think if I look at it broadly, I think Sheng Wang's dad, I think did he just choose this lady because he reminds it reminds Sheng Wang that like similar to Sheng Wang's mom? I don't think so. I think like he also hurt, you know, he loved this, that's his wife that passed away. I think he also found somebody that reminded him of her at the same time, but I feel like it's also a type thing. I think like it's like that's the type of girl that he likes, I guess. You can say that, but also saying that, like, you know, I don't think like he's just a replacement, finding a replacement, like finding a new wife, finding a new mom for my son. I don't think so. It's like, I think they fell in love for their own reasons. Obviously, we're not going to get into that because like it's not their story. This is about Jiang Tian and Sheng Wang's story, but I can tell that, like, you know, I think it's like you can't really put him as a mean person or a villain because like, oh, he's kind of a replacement. That's not true. I think there's a lot of story. There's a romance involved, and you truly said they love each other too. So yeah, and I love how the writers just said like not make it. I feel like in some stories they would just make the dad like, oh, evil, you don't listen to me, you don't do this and that, you get replacement, so you're a bad person, you're a bad parent. And it doesn't sound like that, and I think it's like really nice to see like that his dad like very just cares about everybody and wants everybody to be happy, and like, you know, he found somebody he loves again, he's able to move on and kind of continue his life and find somebody that can take care of him when he gets old. And then for Jiang Tian and the mom, I think similar to they finally being open up the true story. I think the mom, you know, had a lot of guilt, but it also put in the same way, like, Jiang Tian understand why his mom left him with the grandma, and why is it? Because, you know, she gotta pay the bills, she gotta give a roof over her head for her son, and she wants to do everything, you know, best for her son, earn money so his son can have a successful life. And like you said, like, Jiang Tian is able to go to this private school because his mom put in the effort of taking care of him. Though she's not always there, she put in the effort. She's giving him this education to like continue, like yada 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 yada, so on so on. So I think like it's like, you know, his mom really cares about him, and it's just this consequence of being a single mom. It's really hard. And then like her blaming herself, like, oh, if I just like let go, like, you know, like you can't really dwell on the past. Like you can't say, what if I did this differently? What if me or dad worked things out? Like, you know, like it's something that you can't dwell on. And I think like, you know, she overthinks a little bit too. So similar to someone's dad, they overthink a little bit, but like I think that's what parents do. They care for their kids. They want the best for their kids. So like saying that your kids want to leave the home that they thought was like what they thought like were like they're building beautifully, it hurts them. And I understand where they're coming from, like why he's so opposed and why Jiang Tian's mom was like so like, oh my god, am I doing something wrong? It's like they thought what they were giving their best, and their kids want to leave, like, bro. But I think it's really like not about them. I think it's more about like them wanting to have a fresh start themselves and wanting to build their own home together. So yeah, it's really beautiful just watching the two parents and the kid, like their kid, like talking things out and stuff like that. And then I think that's pretty much it. I'm excited to see how the rest of the series is going to go, the last 4 episodes. There is a scene, I'm not sure, I think it's from the trailer, where someone tries to kiss Jiang Tian. I think it's coming up soon, so it's like, I think we're ramping up the romance as well. I'm not sure how things are going to go as that, because I don't really remember the trailer as much, but it's going to be interesting. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and follow me on my social media link down below. See you next time. Bye.